Hey nature, welcome in everybody. So this is gonna be a quick live. We're not gonna be in here too long, probably maybe like an hour. Um, we're gonna go over Chrisean's recent narrative of um Blueface pulling up to Baltimore. Hold on just a second, let me get something real quick. So something came across my desk a few minutes ago, about an hour ago actually. And they said that Blueface really wasn't in Baltimore with Chrisean. Hey, Chantra, welcome in. Um, so as a content creator, right, is my job to correct something that I put out too, right? So yesterday we talked about how Blueface was in Baltimore with Chrisean. But supposedly that's not true. He was never there. So Chrisean has just been lying this whole time, and Blue nor anybody else on his side has came out and debunked it. So everybody's kind of playing it seems like. However, supposedly this comment from Jaden was in reference to when Blue first got out of jail, the 3 days of consistently being with him. And Blueface was not in Baltimore. So all this extra shit that Krishan has been doing where she's talking about how Blueface was watching Junior and all that other shit, it's not true. And Blueface isn't coming out and saying otherwise. I don't know why, but y'all know how we talked about I wanna say it was Friday when we talked about, how Blue Rock got killed and how, like, that whole situation, Krishan put it on him and he didn't come out and say otherwise or defend himself or anything like that. This is like that same situation all over again, kind of, where she's just creating a whole narrative, like a whole storyline and involving him in it, but he's not actually in it. Um The thumbnail that I used where I said Krishan might be crazy or she might be insane, Krishan is there's no reason that she should still be allowed to just run around on the streets the way she is. Um, Not she said what's going on with her navel. That's her belly button. Jaden's y'all you never seen Jaden's belly button before? Yeah, yeah, but I'm almost speechless about it because it gets to a point. Like, we know that Blue has a history of not coming out and defending himself when Krishan is straight up lying on him. But to say that he went all the way across the country and that he was spending time with Junior, he was up in the house with Charla, all this other shit, and none of it is true, and he's just sitting back and letting her do it. Um, let me stop reading the comments for a second. Um, To do all that and for him not to, like, speak up for himself at all, even at this point after all she's done, because he could very easily prove that he wasn't in Baltimore with Krishan. And I started thinking about it too, and Krishan, if we really wanna if we really think about it, right? Krishan hasn't posted anything with Blueface with her, and you know she would have. And the only reason why I kinda took that whole story about him going to Baltimore seriously was because he wasn't coming out and denying it. And then also, Jaden said something about, last week, her and Blue were on stream, and she said something about, Blueface had been running around with crackheads for the past 3 days. And you know that's Jaden's name for Krishan is the crackhead. So I'm thinking if Jaden is saying it and then she posted this comment and Blueface isn't denying it and Carlissa said something about it too, then he must have been in Baltimore with Krishan, right? And supposedly he wasn't. Everybody's just playing. Um, we're gonna look at a couple clips though. Before we get into the clips, I found something for y'all, and I'm gonna show. Here we go.
Baby, baby. Maybe.
There y'all girl go. This is what Blueface gave everything up for. Here, let me hit it one more time for y'all.
Maybe.
That's what Blueface gave everything up for. This is who Blueface, like, when she starts lying, he won't come out and defend himself against for whatever reason. Hey everybody, welcome in. Um, I don't get it. I don't I really want to know what type of game is being played to the point that she could make up a whole narrative like this and just keep on talking about it too. She all on stream with it, everything else, and it didn't happen and he's just not saying nothing about it. And then y'all know the other day, let me see if I can pull it back up actually. Hold on. No, I don't have it. That clip where Blueface was opening up the Taco Bell bag and it had from DoorDash and it had Krishan's name on it. Y'all remember that? Like everybody's just playing. I don't even know with that. I don't know if he put her name as the account owner or she actually sent him some DoorDash. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like we got to question everything. Because he didn't go to Baltimore with her. That's been confirmed now. But the DoorDash bag, what the fuck is up with that? You know what I'm saying? Who did that? Who's behind that? What was the point in that? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's playing. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into these couple clips from Chrisean though.
I ain't going to sleep. Like a bad little kid with a tooth. That fix ASAP. I can't wait to be out there. Look at my tooth. I got a whole list of stuff to do. Alright. I'm gonna brush my teeth. Cause I put toothpaste, look. Toothpaste is on already from earlier. I was too much in case that'd be like. Hold on. Yeah, I'm about to do my face.
Before I play this next clip, I want to ask y'all, have y'all been watching Krishan's stream? Y'all know I don't watch it, so I want to I got a question if somebody has been watching it. Cuz I'm not understanding like what exactly it is she has going on stream to the point where she's brushing her teeth in the room using a bottle of water to rinse her mouth out. Is she not in her crib? She can't go to the bathroom and brush her teeth, anything. And she's sitting up with the toothbrush in the room talking about, oh, we got toothpaste on it from earlier. And then she put lip gloss on and then started brushing her teeth afterwards. I'm so confused. Y'all don't be y'all don't be watching her lives. I'm just confused as to what people are watching on her lives because every single clip I've seen so far, it's either her laying in the toddler bed with Junior, and she still got that shit set up. Like, do she really be sleeping in that shit at night? And then, or training in the fake training in the boxing gym. That's it. Or her sitting in the room doing this bullshit. I don't see what the point of her stream is. It's like she's seen Blue and Jaden and everybody else streaming and she just decided to get on stream because she don't have nothing to talk about. She don't have nothing to do. I don't get what the point of her stream is. And I'm sure the grandmas are over there having a ball watching it, but I'm not understanding what the point of it is. Krishan is extremely boring. She's just nuts. Like, let's get into this next clip.
No, where's that? I'm telling you, bro, if I would, bro, the things I can say right now, I won't. So I don't need to. But y'all know, that stuff is crazy.
Like, she really started this whole narrative, y'all. She got a whole storyline that she's playing out, like a one-sided storyline that she's playing out in her head on the internet. And like I said, the only reason I believe that Blueface went to Baltimore was because Carlissa said something about it, and then, Jaden said something about it on stream last week. And then she came out with this comment the other day. That's the only reason I believe Blue was in Baltimore. Because Blue don't really you never really seen Blue just freely walking around in Baltimore for real. Like, not like, just completely by himself. He don't have, like, Tiny or Bravo or nobody else with him. He just goes solo out to Baltimore. You know what I mean? Um, I'm really astounded, y'all. Like, it's like she's just getting worse and worse with the bullshit. Um, I can barely understand. I don't know why I need subtitles for her. I don't think she was really confident in what she was saying because she knows it's a bunch of bullshit. Let me read y'all comments. Hello. Hey, Miss Know It All. She lied. She lied. He went through Jaden phone. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking of now too, is that since he went through Jaden's phone, which we all seen, now she's taking that and added into her fake storyline, basically. Like, I Lord have mercy. I get she had piss poor upbringing, so now she has no idea about anything but all those resources and money, and no change in the little thing means no way anything big has ever changed. It's a play. Yeah. Nothing has changed for any of these people at all. At all. Um, I'm you know what? I keep saying that I'm, like, astounded by Krishan, but I'm really not. I'm more so astounded by Blueface. Like, after everything she's done to him, especially recently, and you won't just come out and say she's lying, because that would if Blue really y'all know how Blue just does shit to go viral. If Blue came out and proved that he was never in Baltimore and just blew up what a liar Krishan is and how fucking crazy she is, that's something that would make him go viral for real. Like, that's something that would break the internet. Like, look how crazy this bitch is. She came up with the whole story about me spending 3 days in Baltimore with her and I was never fucking there. And she's been talking about it for the last week and it never happened. And she's just going on and on and on about it. Like, y'all heard how she was talking about how she was gonna drop Junior off at Blueface's house. I don't think that's not gonna happen either. Blueface is not watching Junior for real. Not on his own. I kinda like the whole Baltimore thing, right? I kinda little believed it a little bit that he would watch him because Charlotte was there too, right? But and then I guess if I kinda think about that too, Blue ain't hanging out with Charlotte. We should have seen this was a play from the beginning. Mm-mm. Let me read some more of y'all comments. I just be looking to see where Junior is and all this. Nowhere, except for in the bed laid up with her. I guess he's still with Charlotte now. But that's the thing too. Krishan keeps on trying to act like it's a thing, um, like it's all about Junior basically. Like she's trying to co-parent with Blue and all that shit. But Junior is never nowhere to be found. Just like when Krishan went and did the tour stop with Blue. Junior was nowhere to be found, and they were hanging out for a couple days together after that. Y'all remember they were boxing in the little wherever were at, smoothie spot, ice cream spot, wherever they were. They were boxing with each other, all hugged up and shit. Um, Blue n not Blueface, Junior was nowhere in that, and all Krishan's fans kept talking about how, it was about Junior and they're just trying to co-parent and blah, 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 and Junior wasn't even with her. Junior was all the way back in Baltimore. Um, she had money for too long, plus Blue giving her advice. She just left. Welcome in, everybody. Movie split. This is Krishan's version of a play or script, and her stands eat it up, but it's so weird. I've been meaning to watch that movie, and I keep forgetting about it. Maybe I gotta do that this weekend. Um, she is not mentally stable, care for that little boy. Yeah, she's not, but everybody knows that. Nobody's stepping in to help him out or anything, so it is what it is. Um Dre said she was a master manipulator. She is, and that's the thing too. Like I said, we really shouldn't be surprised on Krishan's end of things at all because this isn't near the first time that she's created a whole narrative that was just completely false. But on Blue's end, it's like how many times is she gonna get to lie on you and just create whole stories that never happened and involve you in it, and you just sit back and say nothing and look stupid. And like I kinda talked about yesterday, maybe Blueface did just give up on life because 'cause we're gonna get to I'm not gonna talk about him too much in this live, but we're gonna get to him in a few minutes. Um, she is Krishan wants that lifestyle, and I don't know why. Because to me, when I look at Jaden, I don't see somebody living a glamorous life, I just see like a basic baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Like I talked about before, these people don't go on vacations, anything. Everything is rented. Houses are being lost now. Like I don't when I'm looking at Jaden's life, I'm not seeing anything that's like to be desired for real. But Krishan is that delusional and has that piss poor of a life that she looks at Jaden's life and she wants that. That's her whole thing. That's why she be adding the shit that Blueface does with Jaden. That's why she adds it into her storylines, so she can feel more adjacent to it. Krishan is absolutely nuts. Like I said in the title, I don't know how Krishan is still allowed to run around on the loose the way she is. Hold, let me put this back up here. Maybe. Like I my goodness. Hold on. Krishan is the worst if anyone supporting this mess. She is the worst one. I always say she's the worst one. And people were calling me a rock tart earlier because I was talking about Jaden. Like I said, you don't have to. I'm not on either person's side ever. I'm not a Jaden fan. I'm not a Krishan fan. I'm not a Blue fan. I'm not a fan of none of these people. Obviously. But anytime I say something like the whole conversation was about something Jaden had a new clip going off about Krishan or whatever. And over on X, I said something about it, about how Jaden had mentioned Krishan last week, so they're both on the same page, which they are, because Jaden has been running amok with mentioning people unprovoked. She did mention Krishan last week unprovoked too. It just is what it is. And so when I said something about uh, Jaden being mad about the fact that Krishan said something about her, everybody called me a rock tart and everything else. I'm not on Krishan's side. I said she was wrong too, but Jaden is wrong too. Both of them are wrong. If you don't want to be mentioned online, stop mentioning other people online. Um, but yeah, the rock tards, I don't know why they support this at all. I don't. Like I said, a bunch of grandmas, they look at Krishan like that's her granddaughter. They commiserate with her because they were her at one time, clearly, because all of them are slow as hell. Um, to be in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and you're supporting somebody like Rashawn and not denouncing her behavior, yeah, definitely slow. I used to love Chrisean after seeing her as a mother in the Ronnie situation. I feel like anyone supporting her is just as sick. Yeah, and I'm glad you saw the light, Brittany. I'm glad you saw the light. Like I said, y'all, it's okay to be fans of people. Like I don't care if people are fans of Jaden. I really don't care if people are fans of Krishan, but to be able to hold them accountable and like be honest about their behavior is my thing. It is if you're a fan, fine, but just be able to be real about the situation too. Um, Great for crack rock. Um, that's the 20. Yeah, it is. It is. Krishan is pushing 30 at this point. She only has a few years left until she's 30 years old. But we're still people are still infantilizing her. You see, hold on. You see the toddler bed in the back? That her fans bought her that. Her fans bought her that toddler bed in the back. They love to paint her as some child, even still today. Junior is damn near grown. Not for real, but, you know, he's almost 3 years old now. He's not a baby anymore, he's a toddler, and people are still Krishan's fans are still in the comments talking about how Krishan just needs guidance and she doesn't know, she's just a young girl, this is her first time being a mom, all that bullshit. Anything they can find any way they can find to, like, make her seem like she's younger than what she is, and I don't know if it's 'cause Krishan is slow. Maybe that's why they paint her as a child, but she's not. And I'm sick of seeing the shit for real. "Oh, she's just a young girl. She doesn't know any better. She's 26 years old." Like, I've seen people be mothers at 17, 18, 19 years old that have done 100% better job than Krishan has. So why are we using her being young as an excuse when she's not that young no more at all? Somebody pushing damn near 30, I guess technically she's young, but she's not young for real. Like she's a grown ass woman. Why people think she is funny? I I don't know. I think every once in a while Krishan does something and it's not like I'm laughing with her, it's like I'm laughing at her. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Krishan is like a funny person like she don't have like a comedic bone in her body or anything. But when she does, let me play this video real quick again.
I didn't go to sleep. Like a bad little kid with no tooth.
When she does shit like that, like her fans will be in the comments talking about how she's just silly, she's just goofy, all this other bullshit. No, Krishan is crazy. And I think her fans, I think they look at shit like this and they think she's just being funny, but Krishan is actually nuts. Like there's no debate about it. That's why she spent so much time in mental hospitals before because she's nuts. Um, a nutbag. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, it's almost like you don't if you've ever like, if you know anything about just how crazy Krishan is, like, all her mental health diagnoses, and, like, you've done a little bit of research on her mental health diagnoses, it's almost like you don't even know where to start for real with how crazy she is. Like, truly, the fact that she got let out of Shepherd Pratt, and she's just been allowed to run around just doing whatever is mind-blowing to me. Let me read a few more comments. Being fanned out is the issue. When you threaten people over them and just run the narratives is where it gets spooky. It's not that deep. It's not that deep at all. Like the way these people act, and I'm pretty sure Jaden's fans are gonna start doing this soon too. But Krishan's fans, the way they act, like doxing people and threatening people, sending death threats, all kinds of shit. Like, I delete the shit when it comes into my inbox, but if I showed y'all, like, any of the messages that I've gotten, especially over on X. I haven't gotten anything crazy on YouTube so far. But especially over on X, like, the way these people just completely crash out over the simplest shit you say about Chrisean, it brains need to be studied. They really do. Did y'all ever hear the story about, Chrisean's fan that she blocked or whatever? So, basically, Chrisean's fan, she was kinda like a super fan, I don't remember what her name was, but she was running around doxing people. And she ended up doxing, I wanna say it was Bodine, and Bodine and Chrisean are cool, which is a red flag too because Bodine is supposed to be, uh, basically like Blueface's brother, but he's cool with Chrisean. But anyway, um the super fan ended up doxing Bodine, and Chrisean then blocked her fan, and then her fan crashed out about it. And she was like, "After everything I've done for you and blah, blah, blah." Like, Chrisean do not give a fuck about y'all. If there's any Chrisean fans in this chat in the back, y'all aren't in the comments or anything, but Chrisean does not give a fuck about y'all. And then we talked about over here before how she tried to get one of her fans set up because they took a video of her and she didn't like it, and then she has that lawsuit that's ongoing right now because she punched one of her fans in the face for saying "fuck Blueface." Like, she does not like y'all, and y'all do the most about her. Y'all are damn near as crazy as her. They all in on this bullshit, and Jaden was too happy to see Blue was laid up with the neck. Yeah, I think they're all in on it too. I don't think it's just Chrisean because even like I said, even Carlissa said something about it. So I don't know. I think maybe it started out as Chrisean just doing it, and then they're not. I don't even want to say they're necessarily all like completely communicating about it. I feel like Chrisean started out with it. They see what she's doing, so now they're just playing along on their end, but they're not communicating with her, basically. If that makes sense. Like, they're basically like, "Oh, since the storyline," because they don't have nothing else to do for real except for come up with storyline. So, Krishan created a new storyline, they might as well just play off of it. Like with the fucking, the Taco Bell bag. I think it was Nature that said it in the chat earlier how Blueface, was too anxious to show it off, and he was. He had that bag up on the screen for a little minute with Krishan's name on it. So, like, what's up for real? Um Everybody keeping everybody relevant. Exactly. That's why they still playing with Junior too, because they know he's the real star of the show. Um, let me see. I know it's just the culture of fans and stands, but it's wild as fuck. It is. I I don't I just don't see how I could ever be, like, that big of a fan to somebody where I would ever feel the need to send death threats to other people or dox other people or try to disturb other people in their real life just because I don't like something that they said about somebody that neither one of us know. Like, that's the part that's wild to me. Like, you don't whether you're a stan of that person or not, or you're a fan of them, whatever the case may be, that person does not know you and you do not know them. If you get out in these streets doxing people and actually, have the balls to pull up on somebody or anything like that, that person that you're riding so hard for on the internet just because you're a fan of them, they're not going to come pay your bail. They're not going to pay for your legal fees. If something happens to you in the commission of you bothering somebody else, like you get laid down, nobody's sending condolences to your family or anything else. So why are you bothering other people about your favorite? That person don't know you. And Krishan don't give a fuck about you at all. That's why she be giving all y'all shit away when y'all send it to her and always has because she don't give a fuck about it. The only thing Krishan ever cares about that she gets from her fans is if it's a check or something, which is very broke and raggedy of her. Because if you're supposed to be this big celebrity. We talked about yesterday how Krishan said she had a net worth, so she didn't need anything from anybody. If you're supposed to be this big celebrity, why are you accepting $200 checks from your fans? Why are you accepting any money at all from your fans? Like, I've never seen who's somebody that Krishan is beefed with, like a celebrity? Kaylani. I've never seen Kaylani accept a $200 check from her fans. You know what I'm saying? I don't see her getting all kind of donations, and she got a PO box so her fans can send her gifts and send her child clothes and shoes and everything he needs because she refuses to buy it. Krishan is delusional. Like, she's a liar, but she's fucking delusional and she's crazy as hell. Um, when she went to jail, I saw chats crying and praying for a safe return, and I can't eat or sleep. Y'all need, yeah. And y'all remember how her fans created a petition for her too? Like, they created a petition and they sent it to judges, and I think they sent it to the DA. Anybody that was involved in Krishan's case, they sent this petition to try to get her out of jail. And they were talking about how Junior misses his mommy and blah blah blah. Junior don't even know he's in the world for real. Junior was probably happy as fuck that he didn't have to deal with Krishan for 3 months. I'm not gonna lie. Cause y'all see, like, Tareen, we talked about how Tareen be leaving him at home and throwing him in the back seat of the car and shit like that. But at least he was, smiling and doing a little bit more with Tareen. When with Krishan, he was just drugged up and lethargic all the time. Just laying down all the time. Don't know, she wasn't trying to pick him up for real or anything unless she was on live. Besides that, she would just leave him in the corner. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Like, to say you can't eat or sleep because this bitch was locked up in jail? What? There's probably these people that support Krishan like this, there's probably people in their family that need some kind of help, whether it be financial help or they're having a hard time mentally, whatever the case may be. And they probably don't even check on their family members, but they be so worried about Krishan and how she's doing. Oh, she doesn't have enough this, like, and then even the whole thing with them still claiming that Krishan was rich while she was living out of a fucking car. But then they're sending her gifts. If y'all think she's rich and she has all these properties and stuff like that, why are y'all sending her donations to take care of her and Junior? You know what I'm saying? It's like they get on the internet and lie, but then behind the scenes they be they be recognizing just how down bad Krishan is. Blue should have stayed with Kaylani. She has Grammys now. I feel like Kaylani would have dropped him off. Um, I'm not for sure, but I feel like she would have dropped him off. Yeah, the petition and all the extras they were doing. Unfortunately, no one coming to save Junior. Yeah, yeah, nobody's coming to save Junior, and it is unfortunate. Everybody got to sit back and just watch his demise, but nobody's coming to save Junior. Um, and I don't get why. I understand that people are concerned about a child, but at some point we kind of got to start being honest too with ourselves. Like, it's been almost 3 years now. CPS in LA and Baltimore combined, they've probably gotten, I wouldn't be surprised if they gotten somewhere in like the six-figure range number of calls about Krishan at this point. And still Junior hasn't been taken away from her. So why still put like a huge emphasis on calling CPS? I guess one day, like if there's ever a documentary that gets made about Krishan or what happened to Junior or anything else, it would be like interesting to know the number of calls that got made to CPS regarding her. But there's really no point in calling for real anymore. There's not. And Krishan, I don't think I showed it on here. I think I talked about it on X, but y'all remember that live where she was at Dr. Trev's office and she was all drugged up and she had his clothes on and she didn't have no drawers on underneath the jeans, and the jeans were falling off of her, and her coochie was all out. Y'all remember that? In that in that live, she at some point, she starts talk because people were talking about how they were gonna call CPS on her in the chat on that live, and she starts talking about, "Keep calling, call," and she said she didn't give a fuck because she doesn't. She knows that nobody's coming to get Junior. She knows. So, I mean, it just is what it is, and for some I know it's a hard pill to swallow for some people, but nobody's coming to save Junior. Um I guess still use the hashtag save junior. I don't know how much it's gonna do, but I guess it brings more awareness to his situation basically. But at this point, that's really all it's doing is bringing more awareness to his situation because nobody's stepping in to help him. Um, his his path has already been determined basically. I think her whole family is slow. They are. They most definitely are. I don't think there's a smart one in Krishan's family. No one in her family is helping Junior. Yeah, they're not going to. Um How Lonnie run? Was that ever really a thing for real though? Like were her and Blueface dating at one point? I know before Krishan and everybody, like back when Blueface first got on the scene, he had a few different women in the industry that he dated that were actually um of a higher caliber. I don't know what happened. I guess Krishan happened and after that he couldn't get no more. I don't know. Um She's not getting him help like that, maybe because she knows Junior doesn't have much longer to live. Yeah, she knows. I don't I think it's a mix of the fact that she knows that he doesn't have that long on earth, and also she doesn't want him around. Because I don't think if I'm being honest for real, even if Junior was like a completely, quote, "normal child," right? I still don't think that Krishan would be interested in being a mother for real. Like, I think CPS would still be getting called on her because she would still be doing something to mistreat her child. I don't think that even if he was a normal child, she would be doing anything different for real. I think it looks more egregious now because he has special needs and he's disabled, but I think she would still be mistreating any other child too. I don't think Krishan has a motherly bone in her body, nor does she have the ability to be a good mother at all. Um, because she couldn't even we talked about how she killed Blue Rock. If you get mad, if for you to get mad, just so mad to the point that you go home and you rip the cabinets, you rip the doors off your cabinets, tear the refrigerator door off the hinges, and then go outside and drown your dog because you're so mad about Blueface. I can't imagine what be going on with Junior behind the scenes. And the same I really feel like the same thing would be happening if Junior was a normal child. She would still beat the shit out of him. I don't think anything different will be going on. Let me see. That's the opposite of holy. And I don't think her fans be paying attention to that shit either while they like to sit up and act like she's so godly and holy hands and all this. Nothing she does is godly. She too male center, the type that put a man before her child. Right. And that's why we talked about what was that yesterday? We talked about it would be way worse if she had a girl. I couldn't imagine if Krishan had a girl, like I said, I'm pretty sure somebody would have stepped in by now. Because when it comes to girls, it people are way more sensitive about it. But Krishan would have people's stomachs absolutely turning even more than she does now if she had a little girl. Like the junior situation is already crazy enough, but if she had a girl, my God. Um, Yet she is out here talking about she wants multiple children. Ain't nobody else getting Krishan pregnant. The one that did, it's done, it's over with. The whole world got to see how it happened, how she does as a mother. If any other man were to ever go raw in Krishan and like actually make a child with her, God help him. 'Cause there's no way you sit back and you look at this girl and the type of mother she is and the shit she does with her child, and you decide, "Hey, Imma make a child with her, and she can be my BM." Somebody out there is probably foolish enough to do it though, but yeah, she not beloved. She is. She's extremely demonic. That demonic title she be trying to give everybody else, that's Chrisean. She got 158,000 for her boxing match. Yeah, I seen that. Even though she claimed what did she say she got? 1.2 million or 1.3 million or something like that, and she actually only got 100 something thousand, and she's sitting up talking about she got a net worth. I'm surprised all that money ain't gone yet. Or it might be, who knows for real. She might just have a few dollars left. She did that to her dog, she's a psychopath. Yeah, we did a live on I wanna say it was this past Friday and we talked about it, but I still have it up on my page if you wanna go watch it. And it just explains how she the event that led up to her killing her dog. And then the events that happened after it and how Blueface didn't say anything to defend himself and all that stuff. But yeah, it's still up on my page. Bino said he had to get away from Krishan because of how she did the kid. Yeah, Bino I feel like I wanna believe Bino with that, but then at the same time, I have to think about too that Bino was sent to Krishan, so he was there to do a job, so either way, he wasn't gonna stay around Krishan for real, you know? Like, Bino was never actually her man for real. It's weird she's male-centered because she seems bisexual. She does, so one of her alters, because 'cause y'all know she has, I forgot what the new term for it is, but the multiple personality disorder. One of her alters is a man, but I still it's like I still feel like Krishan has a little dagger in her, you know? Like I don't think she's completely straight. She's definitely masculine as hell, but I don't think she's completely straight for real. She has eyes of terror, remind me of a horror movie. Yeah, like where's my thumbnail at? Hold on. This is why I chose this picture for the thumbnail. Y'all see how crazy she looks? And then let me see if I got the picture. Here's a clear one. Just sitting up there looking crazy as hell. Like Krishan, all there's just certain points where Krishan just looks absolutely insane. And it baffles me how like so many people don't realize how crazy she is. Like you could see it all in her face right here that this bitch is nuts. And poor Junior just laid up with her. Lord have mercy. um, not not hermaphrodite. Her and Body Lachey had 3 sons with Blueface. I remember that. I remember that, and then, y'all remember back I forgot what actual seasons of Baddies it was, but her and DJ Sky used to be kissing all the time, like, back when she was, like, I would say, like, I wanna say, like, the first 2 seasons that she was on Baddies, her and DJ Sky used to be kissing all the time, and then, on Blue Girls Club, they had she was in there hunching girls. And then y'all seen that tape that came out where that little piece of a clip that came out where her and Jay and Marsh were having a threesome or whatever. Like Krishan is not completely straight. Uh I guess I don't know. Cause we know Krishan is a hoe. We've talked about how big of a hoe Krishan is before. But I guess I can attribute it to her just being nuts and being dirty and funky and nasty as to why she can't keep a man, but it don't really seem like she truly be that interested in trying to keep a man either. Like, anytime a man is in her presence, it's like she just gotta use him for a storyline, and they're either using her for clout or money, but none of it is ever serious. I gotta make that y'all commercial break too. Her Soldier Boy, her Soldier Boy arc, because she looked absolutely, and that was another time of her recently acting crazy as hell, because I'm still trying to figure out why she had that outfit on, why she was outside dancing like that, all that. I'm really trying to figure that out. And it really is like it was a character because it was so out of place. Like, it's not like, what was it? Her nephew's, was it prom or graduation? Whichever one. It's not like it had a theme to the party or anything. So why was she dressed like that, and why was she acting like that? Besides the fact that she was probably high as hell, drunk as hell. I'm not understanding it. Krishan unfortunately will have supporters regardless of the outcome. She drinks and smokes during pregnancy and people still support. Yeah, that's true. I don't think anything, for the majority of Krishan's supporters, I don't think anything could change their mind about her. Like, for her to have done everything that she's done so far, and they're all just still holding on. Ain't nobody questioning. I won't even say ain't nobody questioning, because we've seen screenshots from group chats of her fans where they are questioning her behavior. So they question it behind the scenes, but they get on the internet and they support her fully and battle anybody that says anything against her. So they're more than aware of what she has going on. They just, for some reason, they feel the need to stay in alignment with her. Like I said, it's a cult. Her whole fan base is a cult. Blueface wanted Jaden to have a threesome with Krishan and Jaden wouldn't. What? I feel like I low key remember something about that, but then I don't at the same time. It's like I'm thinking of somebody else too. I wouldn't be surprised though, because that would be like the best of both worlds to him. Like, Krishan is his number two. He gave up everything for Krishan. Everything he gave up for Krishan. And she's shaped like a little boy. He likes that. And then he got Jaden on the other side. That would probably be a thing for him. He probably did say some shit like that. Um, I believe Bino, and he has a video of somebody in his camp, but they know they're not releasing it. Yeah, I believe what Bino said about like what was going on behind the scenes. Um, but I was just saying, I think like, when he said that he had to get away from her because of what was going on, I'm just saying either way he still wouldn't have stayed around because it was never real between them anyway. Like, Bino was sent to Krishan. So it wasn't like he was actually interested in her as being like his girlfriend or anything like that. He was just working. So I'm just saying either way he wouldn't have stuck around. Um Hey, Black Orchid, welcome in. Mm, That's why I said Blueface and Jade need a PFA for real. You know what? And that goes back to what I was talking about how Blueface does not treat Jaden like any higher than anybody else, because it seems like Blueface doesn't care about Jaden's safety in a sense of when it comes to Krishan. Because Blueface of all people should know that Krishan is capable of anything. So to just let her do whatever and run around saying whatever and all that, and he's not doing anything about it. And then he also knows how Krishan feels about Jaden, how obsessed Krishan is with Jaden, all that shit. And he still just plays these little games with Krishan. And so does Carlissa. That's why I say, when whatever happens to Blueface happens, whether it's hell or jail, it's all his fault. I can't feel sorry for him about it because he bought it all on himself. And Carlissa, I won't say Jaden, but Carlissa played right along with it too, because we talked about yesterday how bad Carlissa flip flops. One day she's completely in alignment with Krishan and bigging her up and everything else, and then the next day, She's talking about how evil Chrisean is and blah blah blah. Stay away from my family, stay away from my son. And then 2 days later, she's apologizing again. And now and then, oh, bring Junior to me if you need me to put him on my insurance, all that bullshit. She flip-flops so bad. So whatever happens to Blueface, it will be by way of Chrisean. And that's just their burden to bear. They played with this hoe for damn near for well, over 6 years now. They've been playing with her. And it's like nobody's tired, nobody's learned their lesson yet, anything. The thumbnail really is uneasy. It gives she's one of those crazy murderers that did a crime on the news. Yeah, Chrisean has done a lot of murdering. A lot of murdering. It doesn't matter whether it's animals or people. Chrisean has done a lot, and she's gotten away with a lot so far. Her day will come eventually, but she's gotten away with a lot so far. Uh, hold on, let me show y'all again. Baby. Hold on, I got y'all one more time. Baby. But this is who Blueface gave it all up for. This thing running around. I think Chrisean was 20 years old here, running around with a fucking pacifier in her mouth, acting like a child all day, every day. Every day. And Blueface just fell in love with it. Blueface likes to tell the story that it was all for money at first, but Blueface, he was feeling Chrisean too. It wasn't just all about money, not at first. And remember his big brother Dre said to Blueface, "Bro, you better say that's your baby." I do remember that. Yes, she asked her to allow Chrisean to stay with them and Jaden wouldn't. I I do remember that. I don't specifically remember the threesome part, but I do remember him asking uh them trying to get Chrisean and Jaden to all be living in the same house together. I do remember that. And it's good Jaden didn't because Chrisean probably would have found a way to kill her, honestly. Because if if Chrisean had a moved into that house with all them, I don't think Jaden would be here today. Chrisean would have found a way to make it look like an accident or blame it on somebody else. But Jaden would not be here today. Chrisean would have made sure she got her up out the picture. Um, but once again, that's Blue and Carlissa. They just wanted Chrisean in the picture so bad. Because y'all remember, well, for those of y'all that were around back then, um, Carlissa used to be the one that was taking to Chrisean to all her auditions and taking her around to buy stuff and wherever she needed to go. Carlissa was like a mother to Chrisean at one point. That's why when people be hyping up Carlissa and how her and Jaden be together, that was Chrisean and Carlissa at one point. Like, it was a while ago, but at one point that was absolutely Carlissa and Chrisean together at all times. And that baby Jesus shit gotta stop. God will embarrass her in public for the disrespect. And that's the other thing too. Like when Chrisean's fans talk about how godly she is and stuff like that, her naming her calling her child baby Jesus and putting Jesus as his middle name, that is extremely blasphemous and it's disrespectful. And it's like people don't realize that. And even when Chrisean tries to put like threats to people in a prayer form, that's blasphemous. God doesn't harm his children for you. And there was some bitch in my comments last week. She was mad because I made a video talking about how evil Chrisean is or whatever. And she was in my comments talking about God will do this to me and God will do that to me. And she was just going crazy, posting comment after comment after comment after comment, telling me how God was gonna get me and everything else for speaking on Chrisean because she's of the Most High and she's so protected and covered. Girl, if you're in the back, fuck you for real. That is not how God works, and y'all play with his name so bad. Chrisean is not of God. She is not protected by God. Chrisean is of the devil, and that's who she worships. It's not God is nowhere in her or around her. That's why her life is a complete mess. That's why everywhere she goes is destruction and chaos. God is not in this girl. So the way y'all go around telling other people that God is gonna get them for the truth they tell about Chrisean, please. Like I will never understand it at all. She's the chosen one, blah blah blah. She ain't chosen for shit. The only person that chose Chrisean was the federal government. That's it. She's not chosen for shit. That's why she's still in the same position she was 6 years ago. Broke as hell, scrambling to try to get connected to Blueface, won't leave him alone, anything else. That's the same shit she was doing 6 years ago. That's why she's not blessed today, because she's not of God and she doesn't do anything godly. The bitch is evil. Anyway, let me get off that topic. I said the same thing. Yeah, they are nuts. I don't I don't see how anybody doesn't see that Chrisean is evil. Like everything she does is evil. The way she plays with God, everything. She's evil. Dre said it years ago that she's a master manipulator who got y'all fooled. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, there's been a few times that Chrisean has done some shit and I didn't like recognize it until later on. Like I had to double back and look at it again. But for the most part, I've always been able to see right through Chrisean's shit. Like I said before, if y'all are new here, what got me started on the circus in the first place was literally from the very beginning watching Blue Girls Club back in 2020. I wanted to know what the fuck was wrong with Chrisean because they showed her audition tape and she was all nice and sweet and blah blah blah, right? And like you would have thought Chrisean came from like a good home in that audition video. And then she gets on Blue Girls Club and one minute she's crying or she's doing shit like this, and then the next minute, she's bullying bitches and threatening people and all kinds of shit. Like the personalities would just flip back and forth all the time. And I really wanted to know what the fuck was truly wrong with her. And now I know, and it's just getting worse and worse as the years go on. She and her whole family treats God like he's a personal hitman for them. Yeah, every time something happens, it could be the smallest somebody could say the smallest thing about Chrisean, and they start talking about how, God is gonna spin for them and blah, blah, blah. No, he's not. Anything that happens to somebody that was speaking on Chrisean or that has done something to Chrisean, it's not karma, it's her family doing it to them. It's her and her family doing it to them. Like, we talked about the Tia Kim thing and how, her and her sisters were trying to play with Tia Kemp or whatever. That was Chrisean that was on her phone. It wasn't that nothing like, and then Chrisean talking about how, "Ain't that why your son got stabbed?" or whatever she said, right? All that shit. Like, Chrisean it's Chrisean and her family. That's it. Chrisean likes to laugh at other people's pain, all that shit, but whenever somebody says something about her, now they think that they can put God in the mix and say that he's gonna do something to somebody else, for them. Just like the whole Ronnie thing where she was saying, "Oh, he got on the internet playing with me and blah, 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 and look what happened to him." Yeah, you happened to him. You and the Malone family happened to him. That wasn't God. It wasn't random that that man got killed. That was y'all. Everything that happens to somebody after they say something going against Chrisean, it is her and her family, not God. She's a huge bully. Yeah, Chrisean has ever since Chrisean came on the scene, she's been a bully. But that's what I'm talking about, like on Blue Girls Club back in 2020. Um, if y'all watched it back then, y'all remember that scene where that there was that blonde girl that literally did not want to fight her at all. Like she was running away from Chrisean, and Chrisean was running behind her, like punching her in the head. And she did not want nothing to do with Chrisean. She was not trying to fight her at all. She don't even look like she was the fighting type. But Chrisean likes to pick on people that she know can't beat her for real. Chrisean be picking and choosing her battles wisely, and then she likes to over embellish, just like with that fight in Compton or whatever, where she kept on saying that it was 6 people fighting her. I've watched that video so many times of her fighting, and never once have I seen 6 people trying to put their hands on her. That's why there was only what 2 Tati and that what was her name? Keys or something like that. That's why only them 2 kept coming out and being recognized for being in the video, because they were the only ones fighting her for real. But Chrisean loves to drag it. Oh, 6 bitches tried to jump me, blah, blah, blah. No, it wasn't 6 bitches that tried to jump her at all. Her big black demon eyes, too. One day I'm gonna make like a collage of Chrisean's like craziest looking moments. Cause I shared so many of them over on Twitter. I just need to make a little collage of them. And that can be y'all commercial break too. I'll just put a little music behind it, but y'all can look at all of them at one time. And then y'all can go pray afterwards when it goes off the screen. I hate her. Sorry, not sorry. I truly hate Crusty. Yeah, Chrisean is not. Like I said, I would never want this bitch nowhere around me, ever. I would never want her nowhere close to me. I would feel like it's a threat on my life, just her sitting down next to me. He's scared. She threatened jail and death on him already. And I was thinking that too, that maybe that's why he's not saying nothing. But at the same time, if she gonna do it, she gonna do it. He already knows she's capable of it. So, and like, I don't know what to say really, honestly. Because like I said, I feel like Blueface gave up on life. So, because it's like he's not trying to better himself at all. Like, he went to prison. He had a horrible time in prison. But no matter how hard of a time he had in prison, it's like he still didn't learn his lesson at all, because he came out worse than before he went in. And so it really just seems like he gave up on life. But if that's the case, why just go ahead and air everything out? Just tell the truth. Do something good for once. You gotta make her getting slapped a commercial. I do. I don't even think I have that video up here. Let me see. The only one I added in was y'all favorite. Here, let's look at this one real quick.
All right, come on.
Are we really getting married?
Yeah,
okay.
with our leather jackets on. Come on.
Nigga, no, this is our wedding day.
Yeah, come on.
You make it surprise.
No, you gotta.
Okay, I gotta start again.
Come on,
Okay.
give me your hand.
Do you take this man to be your
Why are you
lawful?
not looking at me in my eyes?
Let me know when you guys are ready. I'll wait.
Let us know when you're ready.
See, from a designer, I've become a pastor. Okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
So, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife?
Yes.
I do.
Do you take this man to be your lawfully
What the fuck are you
wedded
crying?
husband?
Why is this funny?
Okay.
Alright. But,
Say that again.
say it again.
Okay. Do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Yes.
You make his the bride.
Babe.
Why are you crying? Here.
Like when she acts like her breath was taken.
All right, come on.
Are we really getting married?
Yeah,
Okay.
with our leather jackets on. Come on.
Nigga, no, this is our wedding day.
Yeah, come on.
You make it surprise.
No, you gotta.
Okay, I gotta start again.
Come on,
Okay.
give me your hand.
Do you take this man to be your
Why are you
lawful?
not looking at me in my eyes?
Let me know when you guys are ready. I'll wait.
Let us know when you're ready.
See, from a designer, I've become a pastor. Okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
So, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife?
Yes.
I do.
Do you take this man to be your lawfully
What the fuck are you
wedded
crying?
husband?
Why is this funny?
Okay.
Alright. But,
Say that again.
say it again.
Okay. Do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Yes.
You make his the bride.
Babe.
Why are you crying? Here.
Like that shit kills me every time she acts like her breath was taken away by that bullshit. Did y'all that never seen the Deer Rock video, did y'all go watch it? I'm not gonna play it on here because they might copyright strike me. Especially if Krishan or Blue find out that it's posted on here. You know they gonna strike it. So I'm gonna just leave it alone. I'm gonna let y'all watch it. But this is the type of delusional shit that used to be going on all the time. Like I said, Blueface gave up everything for this hoe. Everything. I don't see how she thought this was serious because she's crazy. And Krishan, hold on. Let me bring up something else real quick. I think I still have it on here. Here we go. So this thumbnail from the other day, y'all see, so the reason I use this background on the thumbnail is because Krishan signed her name as Krishan Can. This is her permit from back in the day when she was a teenager, and she signed her name as Krishan Can. But that's the type of delusional shit she does, like how she's ran around calling herself Krishan Porter, and then when she was with Figgy, she changed her last name to his last name on Instagram. All that stupid shit. Krishan is like a 14-year-old girl in the head for real. Just dumb and delusional. Like I know in her mind, I feel like Krishan, that wedding that I just showed, Krishan thinks that was real for real. Like I would not be surprised if in her mind that was that was when she married Blue, or in the Deer Rock video, that's when she married Blue for real. Not unhinged. Cage. She do need Krishan would probably find her way to get out of a cage for real. She a type of bitch that would try to chew through the bars and lose all the rest of her teeth. So she had no room for MS. Nope, not at all. She's used to playing house and live in imaginary. Yeah, that's all Krishan is ever going to be able to do is play house and living in a imaginary land with whatever man is giving her attention at the time. Hey, welcome in, money. Let me see. Oh, we gotta talk about Blueface too. Hold on, let me read a few more of y'all comments. I was gonna say 12-year-old or 7-year-old girl, like she always says, somewhere in there, just a young adolescent girl, basically. Um, it never gives grown woman at all, ever. Her Blueface really don't realize how stupid he looks with those hideous face tattoos. No one will respect him or take him serious ever again. I think he real because we talked about it, but Blueface didn't choose to get those tattoos. They forced him to get those tattoos. So he didn't the only I think the only tattoo that it was that he actually chose to get was the one of Journey's name. And I want to say the one of Krishan's name too, but that was more so to play into her bullshit. But all the rest of those tattoos that were on his face that are on his face, he was forced to get those while he was in prison. Um and I think that adds to like his mental too now that he's walking around with all these tattoos on his face and they're just with him now. Cause y'all remember Blueface used to be extremely vain. Extremely vain. So there's no way that he would ever just get all those tattoos and then be given all those tattoos and then be happy with it or think it's a good look. I don't think he feels too good about his face at all. Yeah. Krishan don't wipe at all, it seems like. We talked about how Chastity was talking about how Krishan used to always get BV and all kinds of infections and stuff when she was younger, and she would never finish taking her medicine for him, and Chastity would have to tell her how to properly clean herself. I wouldn't be surprised if all that is still going on. And then we talked about too about how Rolly said her panties could basically stand up and walk away on their own. When she would leave them around the house, they had all kinds of different colors in them and stuff. There's been so many people that have came out and talked about, like, what's going on with Krishan's box because she just be leaving her panties everywhere whenever she lives somewhere. Krishan I know Krishan got an incurable. There's no way she don't. To just be on fire all the time like that, so much so to the point that multiple different people, over at least over 10 people at this point, can describe what the inside of your panties be looking like. 'Cause you just don't give a fuck. You be leaving them around everywhere, no matter how embarrassing they are. Krishan got something. I don't think it's just STIs, I think she got STDs too. I don't know yet, but I'm pretty sure she does. Demons never matured. To mature, she has to be girl. Yeah, she's never gonna mature. Cause I haven't even, just in the time that I've been seeing Krishan on the internet for the past 6 years, I haven't seen any growth at all. And I know her delusional ass fans, they like to sit in the comments and talk about how much she's grown. But no. No, no. Not Walgreens should be pissed. Everybody on his face should be pissed. What, he had Walgreens, Chase Bank. Don't he was is it Yankees or something like that on his face? He has all kinds of shit on his face. She's 14 and the brain is. Yeah, I don't think Blue is in a good mental state at all. Um there's really no way he could be. And then when he got out of prison, there wasn't any focus on him like going to therapy or just sitting down and getting his mind back right or anything like that. It was like it was straight out of prison to just bullshit basically. Because he immediately started going on to other people's streams and out having sex and doing publicity stunts with Hazel Lee and all kinds of other bullshit. And he hasn't sat down for real since then. Like there hasn't been a solid time where he's just completely gotten himself out the way of social media and all the extra shit and just tried to get himself together. And yeah, I don't think he's good mentally. But like I said, it's really his own fault. Um Low key is sad, but at the same time, you really have to, like, the situation on its own is sad, but you have to think about all the shit that Blueface did and allowed and went along with and everything else. The reason he's in the position he's in today is due to nobody but him. Even if Krishan was involved in helping him get to this place, he still chose to keep her around. And it was all over money for the most part. Like he was gonna choose Krishan over everything. So his position is his position for real. Um, the day Blue got out at the arcade, I swear she had a herpy on her lip. She did. I remember that fat ass herpy. And she tried to put some lipstick on to cover it up like nobody would be able to see it, and people were still zooming in on it. I remember the young people like Blueface, he probably could be successful if he got another manager. I think back in the day, like back when Blueface first really blew up, I think if Whack 100 hadn't have been his manager, I think he probably would have been more successful than what he is. Cause I think it's been said, and DJ Academics actually exposed this a few I want to say it was a few months ago, but he exposed how Whack be double dipping with what Blueface makes. So Blueface, well, Wack is Blueface's manager, but then he's also the record label too, basically, right? So he gets two cuts of Blueface's money. And that's always been the case. But I feel like if Blueface had a been in a better position, as far as somebody that wasn't double dipping and he actually had more money coming in and he's seen what he could do on his own and what he was capable of, I think that maybe that possibly would have been um like more motivation to go further and to do different things, because this shit with Krishan, it seemed like this was a desperation move almost. Like he met Krishan and he was like, "Oh, well, she's a nut, but it's good for TV. It keeps people attracted to it, so Imma just keep on going on with it," when there's a million other things that he coulda did. And then like we talked about before, Blueface lost, um I forgot what the exact number of contracts was, but it was millions of dollars that Blueface lost, after that fight with Chrisean happened out on the street because people just didn't wanna be aligned with that anymore. They can't support domestic violence or anything like that, and I feel like after that incident, everything with him and Chrisean got turned up a notch even more. And I feel like I remember at one point Blueface saying something about Chrisean owed him and he wasn't gonna like basically she wasn't leaving until he was paid back for everything or something like that. Something along those lines. But she's never gonna make millions and millions and millions of dollars, and clearly she hasn't made millions of dollars. Because I think if you Google Krishan's net worth, right? At one point, I don't know if it still does, I haven't seen it in a while, but at one point it said she was worth like, I wanna say it was like $2 million or something like that. Krishan is not worth $2 million. And at most, maybe that's what she's made possibly over the years, but then at the same time, that's hard to believe too. Because all Chrisean does, like if you think about her resume, all she's done is I think it was Baddies South Central on Now That's TV, and then a few seasons of Baddies, some back end club performances, and like some podcast interviews. That's all Chrisean has ever done. Um so I don't see where the millions of dollars would ever have came in. So I don't know if Blueface was that just that desperate that he thought one day he was just really gonna make something hit for real. And maybe it was maybe Junior was the thing that he thought was gonna hit for real and that he was gonna be able to make millions of dollars off of. I don't know. Like if he had actually came out as a normal child or something like that, I don't know. But it never happened. It never happened like that where she made millions of dollars, and a lot of her fans like to run that narrative that she's just this rich woman or something like that. Chrisean has never been rich, ever. Once again, that's why her family is also still in the same positions that they were 6 years ago, still in the slums of Baltimore because she's never had money like that. And the majority of the money that she made, it did get sent or signed over to Blueface, but it never stayed with her. So, I I really wish, like, I knew what people's thought patterns were, and I mean everybody involved, like Blueface, Carlissa, uh, anybody else that's ever been in alignment with Chrisean just to go up. I wanna know what their thought patterns are as to why they thought like Chrisean was the answer for real. Like that's the one that's really gonna bring in some money. That's the one that's gonna turn my whole life around. Because anybody that's ever been in alignment with Chrisean since this whole shit started, they've never went on to like blow up or anything like that. It's almost like they're cursed afterwards for a little while. Like shit doesn't go right for them after they're around Chrisean for so long. Like, Marsh still going back and forth, hanging out with Chrisean, her delusional ass on Baddies, wearing a chain that wasn't for her, just trying hard to get on Baddies officially. All that shit, like, it's tired and it's sad, and I just don't understand why anybody would look at Chrisean and think that, like, being by her side is gonna change their life for real. They did that because Chrisean had his tattoo on her face of him, so they got him back for Chrisean's tattoo. Hmm. Both of them slow and Jade. Everybody is slow in the circus. Everybody. Every single person. Carlissa, Jaden, Blueface, Chrisean. I was about to say Junior, but that's not nice. Everybody. I don't get it. I really don't. Why anybody would choose to live a life like this and this be like the way they make money, this be what like they're leaving behind for their children to look back and see one day. I don't get it. Exactly, he made his bed, I'm just watching the fuck exactly, at this point, that's all I'm doing. I'm not praying for Blueface, I don't pray that he gets out of his situation, everybody that be talking about how, they pray Nevaeh ain't his baby mama and, Junior ain't his and all that, he made all this shit for himself. I'm not praying, I'm not holding up no prayer line about no Blueface. His whole situation, everything in his life, the fact that Junior is his child, the fact that Nevaeh's son is very much so possibly his child too, all that shit. Whatever happens to him with Chrisean, whether it's hell or jail, all that shit is his. Is his consequences for the shit that he chose to do. Ain't nobody praying for no Blueface or nothing else. If y'all are, great. I'm just not doing it. While we're on the conversation of Blueface, I know I made a video about this already, but I I think I'm just confused on like how so many people were thinking Blueface had money for real. Cause like I talked about before, right? Carlissa came out maybe a month or two ago and said that Blueface could not even pay the utilities in his house while he was in prison and that she had to do it. So how people think Blueface got out in what was it October or November? I know it was sometime this fall, but before Christmas. How Blueface got out not even a year ago, and they think that man is like a millionaire or he's rich or something like that when he couldn't even pay the utilities in his house while he was gone. And like I said in my video, I'm not necessarily laughing at him losing his house, but to be flexing on the internet the way he does and to be trolling Jackie when he owes her money and all kinds of shit, and this is what's going on. The house is under facing foreclosure. And then he already lost his other house before. And we talked about that, I think, how Blueface used Jaden's distribution deal money to clear up his legal matters with that house that he used to shoot Blue Girls Club in. Like all this shit is a joke, bruh. I swear. Like the more I think about it, and now I'm thinking about how Jaden be acting like she got a prize or something. That nigga be running off with her money and everything else. Um, yeah, people be saying they're praying for him money. They do. They say they don't want nothing bad to happen to Blueface. They're praying for him. They talking about how they want to get Chrisean locked up so she don't do nothing to him. For real, fuck Blueface. I don't, I'm not necessarily wishing anything bad on him for real, cuz I don't know that man, but at the same time, once again, his consequences are his consequences. Him, whatever danger he's in by way of Chrisean, that's because he chose to keep dealing with Chrisean for all these years. That's nobody else's issue. Yeah, Chrisean is wrong for planning on doing what she planned on doing to him, but that's still his consequences. You should have stopped fucking with that bitch back in 2020. If Blueface had a left Chrisean alone back in 2020 after Blue Girls Club was over, his life would be completely different right now. It would be completely different right now, but he chose to keep her around. Her breaking into his house, her creating all kinds of narratives and everything else. Like y'all remember we actually might do if I do a live on Friday, we'll do a flashback Friday and we'll go over the time she broke into his house and Whack 100 showed up and all that shit. But even that situation was the same as kind of like what we were talking about earlier with how she keeps on going on with this narrative about he was in Baltimore with her. It was the same thing even back then, her lying and saying that she lived telling the police that she lived in the house when nobody lived in that house. His I want to say it was his camera crew. They would be there doing their thing for a little bit, right? But then they'd go home. Nobody lived in that house. And Chrisean broke in that house and basically tried to stake her claim there. But then at the same time, she was snitching on them at the same time because she was trying to show that they had guns in the house, but they weren't there anymore. Like Chrisean has been doing this shit for a long time, and Blue has forgiven her and acted like it didn't happen so many times. So once again, any consequences Blueface is facing, they're his. They're absolutely his. There's been so many points where Blueface should have looked at what Chrisean was doing, saying, how she was acting, everything, and he should have been like, "Nah, this ain't it. I'm good on this." But he liked that weird toxic shit. And so he just kept going on with it, going on with it, going on with it. And now it's to a point where it's basically out of control and he can't do shit about it. And he don't plan on doing shit about it clearly. Um, Let me read a few more of y'all comments and then we're gonna get up off of here. So I said it was gonna be a quick live. We've been on here for almost an hour and a half now. Um, and he was asking the females to send him money. Yeah. I- Ooh. Like I said, this is Jaden's man we're talking about. This is Jaden's man we're talking about. The one that she can't leave alone at all. This is her man we're talking about. There not a single redeeming quality besides the fact that every once in a while he's funny. And his not getting but a portion of that restaurant money. Yeah, and I talked about that too. I didn't go into depth about it, but I talked about how Blueface doesn't actually own that restaurant for real. He's a managing partner. I don't know if y'all know anything about like restaurant management or anything like that, but essentially Blueface has to pay a fee to be able to operate the restaurant pretty much. He's not the one that actually owns it. So he has to pay a fee to be able to claim the restaurant at in his likeness pretty much, but he does not own that restaurant. And I know you gotta laugh to keep from crying because it's so freaking sad. It is it's sad and it's pathetic. I don't see why people would want to live like this at all. I don't. Everything about the circus is a complete mess, and that's why it like it irritates me so bad when these people's fans, whether it's Blueface, Jaden's fans, Korshawn's fans, anybody's fans, they start saying, like, as me being a person that's not a fan of any of these people, so when I get in the comments, I'm just speaking my mind and I'm not on anybody's side, right? Somebody is always talking about how I'm jealous of these people. And jealous of what? All this shit is sad and pathetic. It doesn't matter who it is that we're talking about. It's sad and pathetic. I, I'm gonna leave it there for right now. I'm not gonna get too deep into it again because I just really don't understand why people want to live like this. He constantly flexes on the internet. He said online and told women working for him like Nevaeh for 12,000 per month was better going to what? Yeah, yeah. If all of them need to focus on getting some careers, honestly. Jada need to go ahead and get herself in school, find something that she wants to do with her life because this lifestyle that she lives now where she's just sitting online, running her mouth about the next bitch all the time and then streaming with Blueface and that's gonna come to an end soon. It's not gonna be a thing for her forever. He thinks everyone owes him. Yeah, Blueface is just like Carlissa, a narcissist. Think the world revolves around him. Everybody owes him something. Just like Carlissa think her kids owe her for being a bare minimum mother. Blueface thinks every woman in his life owes him for being a bare minimum nigga. I he's just like his mama for real. Just ran off with the casino money the other night. Yeah, ran off with her casino money, then ran off with the distro deal money. I don't know what else money he done ran off with. He probably be running off with her TikTok money too, honestly. Krusty was the first disabled person. That's true. That's true. I can't even argue that. That's true. I blame root work. Mm, I think Rashawn absolutely did some root work on Blueface. But at the same time, the way Blueface acts in general, it's like I can't put it all on root work. Like if it was just how he acted towards her, I'd probably lean more towards it. But I don't think all of it is attributed to that. I think Blueface is just an idiot too. and extremely greedy because a lot of it, that's what it was. What he was, he just wanted the money from it. Whatever Krishan was able to bring in, that's what he wanted was the money. I will divorce my husband if he doesn't provide for my kids. Absolutely. And I don't know that whole thing where Blueface is always like laid up with Superior and willing to be a father to him and stuff like that, but like he barely spends time with his own kids. Or when Nevaeh is there with Superior, he spends more time with Superior. And she has to ask him for money for the kids and stuff like that. I don't that would be a complete deal breaker for me. And she's still sleeping with him, and then, like, Javon said on stream that time about how Jaden is only happy when Blueface is around, and then, we might go back and do a lot because I went back I saw y'all comments about how y'all were talking about how mean, Jaden was to the kids the other day on stream, and I went back and I watched some of the clips, and did y'all see that clip where, Jaden was talking crazy to Javon? Did y'all see that? Because I have a lot to say about that. And we might talk about it on a live, with the next live I do. But, the way she talked to Javon was absolutely, like it was so disgusting. Like, I talked about how she was acting with Journey the other day yesterday, but I didn't see how she was acting with Javon until, earlier. And I didn't think it was cute, I didn't think it was funny, I didn't think it was acceptable, anything. Ja Jaden is a bit of a loser to me, she really is. Cause to have a man that, like, barely wants to really provide for his kids and, his kids come like, are in the back seat to damn near everything, and you're still sleeping with him, and then you're talking crazy to your kids too. Krishan really is not the only bad parent in the circus. She's a bad parent in her own right, but Jaden is a bad parent in her own right, and Blueface is a bad parent in his own right, and Carlissa is a bad parent in her own right. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna get too deep into that today. We'll talk about it another day. But yeah, she was so mean to him. I've like it's been a while since I've heard somebody talk to their child like that. And she was so drunk and sloppy. And you can't, it's like you have to wonder what the fuck goes on in that house for real and how she really talks to her kids behind the scenes. Because if she was doing all that on stream, I would hate to think about how she talks to them off camera. Like, no wonder Javon be running around telling her he hates her. I would hate that bitch too, honestly. There's no way you talk to your child like that and you think it's okay. I hope my hope for Javon, since he's older now and he only only has a few years left until he's a teenager. My hope for Javon is that he realizes that everybody in his family, his mom, dad, his grandparents, everybody is on complete bullshit, and he chooses to, like, go in a whole different direction and not be anything like them. That's my hope for him. But at the same time, acknowledging the fact that he's growing up in a house with all them. Well, he's growing up in a family with all them, and he really doesn't have any good role models. It almost looks like he's just gonna be another Blueface, but I hope he's not. I really hope he's not. 'Cause I think for a while, people recognized that Blueface was not the best father for real. Most people recognize that. But now that these people are on stream and we're starting to see how Jaden gets down with these kids too for real, and not just the shit that she posts on TikTok, but how she actually be talking to them. I don't it's like nobody has no hope for real. Like, we talk about how Junior don't have any hope, but Blueface's side really ain't much better. I'm not saying that Jaden and Blueface are, like, physically abusing the kids or anything like that. Um, I'm not gonna go that far with it, but the way Jaden be talking to them kids and the way they Jaden and Blueface talk to each other in front of the kids, I don't and the way Carlissa be co-signing all of it, I don't think I don't think they're gonna be any better than their parents for real. Hopefully they are, but I don't think so. Um Let me read a few more comments and then we're gonna get up out of here. Yeah, no hope for the kids. And like I said, I hope I really do hope that they turn out better than their parents, but it's like how if you don't have any positive role models in your life whatsoever, and all the adults in your life that are supposed to be raising you and pouring into you, all of them are on the same type of bullshit, how how much of a chance do you really have to be better? You know? And we all choose our own paths in life, and it really is up to you to decide what you want to do in life, but at the same time we do have to recognize that how people grow up has a lot to do with how they turn out in life. And a lot of people I think a lot of people they look at like the Porter kids or whatever, and they'll be like, "Oh, well, Carlissa has this big house and they have Jaden that cooks this food and she has a roof over their head and blah, blah, blah." And they think that's all that's required to raise kids for some reason. And it's not. Look, you see all these like celebrity kids out here that have gone on to become hardcore drug addicts or have like extreme mental health issues, and they talk about how their parents weren't there for them or their parents had other focus when they were kids and stuff like that. That's literally how Jaden and Blueface are getting down right now. Cause Jaden's focus is not them kids, it's that nigga. It really is. Like, when I went back and I started watching them clips for real, the way she was treating those kids, and it seemed like she was almost jealous of Journey for real. Like, she seen Blueface playing with Journey, and then she had to go start rubbing all over Blueface, and then she started being mean to Journey, and then she started being mean to Javon. It was very weird to see a mother acting like that towards her own kids. I the shit All of them are exhausting. They really are. No, don't nobody be thinking about the kids at all. Um, I pray someone save Javon. Yeah, somebody needs to step in for Javon for real. And Journey too for real, but at the same time, Journey Journey's still young enough that she doesn't really like she'll probably remember a lot of this stuff, but then there's a chance that she won't because she's still young. But Javon is 9 now, so he's old enough to process things and be able to ask questions, and he's old enough to be able to put pieces together and, know what his mom is talking about and stuff like that, right? So, somebody needs to be able to step in and advocate for him too. Like, this isn't healthy for Javon to be around all this as well as Journey. But Journey, she just think everybody be talking at this point. She don't really know what be going on for real. But Javon is old enough to process things and put things together, and it's time that they actually start considering that. I don't know why people act like none of this is gonna have an effect over those kids at all. Um, J Jaden sounds like I'm not gonna lie, yeah, we know that Krishan is jealous of Journey. When Jaden was in that pool and she started, like, getting mad at Journey, and it really did seem like she was just jealous of Journey for real. Like, she was jealous that Blueface had her attention and she didn't. 'Cause as soon as Blueface started playing with Journey, here Jaden come rubbing all over him in the pool. Let that man play with his kids. Why do you gotta be rubbing all over him or something like y'all are on a date night and y'all are alone in the pool? Why can he not just play with his kids? And why do you have such an attitude with your own kids? Jane is a nasty bitch. I've said it before, but she really is a nasty bitch. Like, her character and her spirit are so fucking nasty. And I don't know if it's the alcohol that makes her act like that, but she needs to stop drinking too. She really does. They never wanted the kids, they wanted the man. That's true. That's very true. Cause even that little saying that, Jaden takes so much pride in, "Can't keep him with a baby, shoulda asked me." That's the only reason she had Journey was to try to keep Blueface at home and get him back up away from Chrisean. That's the only reason she had Journey. I This shit's so pathetic. I can't. The kids are all props. All the kids are props. Junior is the purse. I don't know what Journey and Javon are, but they're props too. Oh, look, we have these kids together. Okay, but why you're not raising them for real? They're just there. You just make sure they're fed and clothed and that's it. But there's never no focus on teaching them right from wrong for real or you know, actually raising them to be because Javon is 9. Like it shouldn't just be, oh, I'm gonna buy him these Robux and blah blah blah. He's gonna go off and do his own thing. No, you actually have to spend time with him. You actually have to teach him stuff. Half his childhood is he's 9, so half his childhood is over. He only has 9 more years until he's an adult. These are his formative years. And we're just doing a bunch of bullshit instead of focusing on that. I ain't ever seen Blueface teaching Javon how to do nothing besides count money or go toss the football around and that's it. And maybe that's because Blueface don't know how to do shit besides play on the internet. But all this shit is just pathetic and nobody's benefiting from it at all. That's why this foreclosure notice is on the screen right now because everybody's just doing bullshit and nobody's benefiting from it. Um, where is Jaden's mom? Jaden's mom left the LA area, I want to say a few months after Blueface went to jail. I believe. It might have been a little bit later on, but I'm pretty sure Blueface was in prison when she left, but before that, she was Jaden's babysitter. She was right there. And it doesn't seem like she was doing too much of anything as far as like trying to talk Jaden out of the situation or anything else. Cause they used to say Jaden's mom was alcoholic too. She was always drunk. So she couldn't be too much of a upstanding role model either, because she's always drunk too. That's where Jaden get it from. Yeah. He will be affected the most. He's very observant and quiet. Journey seems to tune people out and just yell and scream all the time to cope. Yeah, Javon is a Taurus. So when I look at Javon, I think a lot about how I used to think when I was a kid too. And I didn't grow up in a chaotic household or anything like that. But I listened to everything. I paid attention to everything. I listened to everything, even if it was just something as small as my mom gossiping on the phone. I paid attention to everything. And Javon is the same way. He's extremely quiet, but he pays attention to everything, whether they realize it or not. Because even today, like sometimes I'll bring some stuff up to my parents, right? And they'll be like, "Oh, how do you remember that?" Because I paid attention to everything. Even when they didn't think I was paying attention, I was. And I feel like that's how Javon is too. And Journey is she's still young, but it seems like she's gonna be more like Jaden. Because I'm positive that behind the scenes, Jaden is a crash out. Like the way Journey knows all those cuss words and she says shit that if you pay attention to the stuff that Journey says, she repeats a lot of shit that Jaden says too. Like that whole motherfucker and blah blah blah. Blueface and Carlissa don't add that ER on the end of that word. That's Jaden. And all that yelling and I hate you and blah blah blah. All that is Jaden. That's not Blueface, that's Jaden. Always want to tell somebody she hate them and blah blah blah. That's Jaden. That Journey is taken out after. I wouldn't be surprised if in a few years Journey is still on the same shit cuz Jaden is still going to be on the same shit. It's like Jaden hasn't I said that Journey hasn't not Journey, Chrisean hasn't grown at all in this circus shit either, but neither has Jaden. Jaden hasn't either at all. Um, let me see. Let me read a few more comments and then we're gonna get up out of here. Mm, mm. You were blowing this internet up. They wasn't expecting you. Didn't see you coming. All I like is truth, not assumptions and speculations. I hope they listen to your lives. I think Chrisean has watched a couple of my videos. I know Chrisean be on my ex account. That's been confirmed already. I don't know if anybody else in the circus watches my videos though. I'm a Taurus too. My brother would say I remembered everything. Yeah, that's how we are. I remember absolutely everything, and they always that's one thing, every time I bring something up, people older than me and my family will always ask me how I remember it. I just do. I just remember shit. It's the same thing with the circus. I don't a lot of people think I spend, like, my whole life just focusing on the circus. I just easily remember stuff. I always call it a file cabinet. I just have a file cabinet in my mind, and I remember everything. I don't forget anything for real. Um, Carlissa had Jay's phone and the text popped up. I seen that. I seen that, and that is true. Sion don't like Carlissa. Sion is that's Jaden's mom's name for anybody that didn't know. But yeah, she don't like Carlissa at all. At all. And there's been quite a few lives that Carlissa has done talking about Jaden's mom crazy. Um, I don't think Jaden's mom has ever gone live or anything, but I remember in the past she's done like a few story posts or something like that about her, but she don't do too much with Carlissa. Um, he's a Taurus. He made up his mind about these people in his life and he's just waiting to escape. I know a few Taurus as kids that grew up and just left when they could. Yeah, that's true. Cause I don't honestly my family, I don't mess with a lot of my family. Um, my mom, my dad, my siblings, besides that, that's about it. Um, anybody in my extended family, I don't really mess with them people like that. Just because how they've chose to live their life and the things they value and don't value, and I noticed it all in my childhood, and I've just chosen to completely separate myself from them, and they'll get offended by it even now that I'm grown, they'll get offended by it, but it just is what it is. If I don't wanna be around you and I don't agree with how you live your life, then that's just how it's gonna be. But, yeah, I can definitely see the wheels turning with Javon quite often. And I really do hope that he chooses to live a different life than what his dad did and the shit that his grandma does and all that shit. I hope Javon grows up and he chooses to be completely different in his life. I really do. Um yeah. They definitely cuss too much because Superior be around there cussing too. You can't always understand it, but Superior definitely be cussing too. And if I see it on where'd you go? Hold on. If I see it on a clip, you're answering me before I ever yeah, I Blueface has a lot I just don't I just don't understand it all because Blueface does have a lot going on too. And that's the other thing with Jaden is Jaden knows a lot about a lot of the stuff Blueface has going on. And I don't know if she knows about like the whole PDF thing or not, but I know she knows about like the gay allegations and stuff like that. And she's still just right there with him. So that's whatever consequences happen to Blueface is for him, but also whatever Jaden feels about like whatever happens to Blueface, whether it's hell or jail, I can't really feel sorry for Jaden either. I can feel the only people I feel sorry for is Journey and Javon. That's it. I won't feel sorry for Carlissa. I won't feel sorry for Jaden because they all played the game right along with him. You know. Um. My toddler is a Taurus, sweet but stubborn. That's what my mom would say about me. My mom always tells me, um, that like, sometimes I can be the sweetest person in the world, and the other times she just doesn't know what's going on, you know? Um, I can be extremely stubborn though, but yeah, that's us Taurus. Carlissa might watch, if not, she will soon. I heard Did y'all hear about, I wanna say her name is Mrs. J. She's a content creator on YouTube. Carlissa was watching her videos and she started threatening her. Did y'all see that? I think it was, like, maybe a few weeks ago or so. But that lady seems really nice, Mrs. J. She seems like she don't be bothering nobody. She just be up here giving her opinion, and then she mind her business. She don't be doing too much. But supposedly Carlissa was threatening her. Um, yeah, we're definitely our own people. That's one thing I really love about being a Taurus is that we're our own people. We don't really feel the need to fit in with everybody else or do stuff just because other people are doing it. Like we really just beat to the heart of our own drum. I love that about us. Both kids had so much sugar, Jaden Pop and Journey, that cereal. Yeah, I seen Journey running around with that cereal. But that's what I'm saying though. Like I get Jaden does cook, she does. But have y'all ever really watched Jaden cook before? Like, she be putting extra sugar and shit that don't need sugar in it. All the food be having hella seasoning in it, like, it almost be over seasoned. I know a lot of her food be salty as hell. Just dumping seasoning in it. Um, yeah, y'all saw it? Yeah, Carlissa, they all be out in the internet streets, just bothering content creators. Jaden and I think the only people that I've never seen do it before is like Blueface. Um, and then I don't think I've seen Jaden do it yet. But Carlissa and Chrisean are good for that, bothering content creators. Carlissa do got a nice house though, no shade. She do, but I think I talked about it before. I'm pretty sure that's off the back of Mr. Saffold too. Cause he's I think he's retired Marines or something like that. He's retired military and then he has a good government job. Um and those people that are retired and then they go on to have good government jobs, especially if they're able to get 100% disability, they got a cute little coin coming in. So his money plus whatever, not Krishan, well, might as well be Krishan, Carlissa, whatever money Carlissa is making off of Six Sot and whatever else bullshit she does, combined together, I could see how they could afford the house. Well, how they could pay for the house. Because Carlissa has moved a few times too because she couldn't keep up with the mortgage at her house. So I don't know. I don't think it's all on her though. Yeah, I heard her singing her intro song. I was like, that's her? Yeah. I've watched a few of her videos. I haven't gotten too deep into her channel, but I watched a few of her videos. I like her commentary though. Nevaeh trying hard to get in with Carlissa. I didn't see, so when they linked up or whatever, I didn't see it, but I seen that clip where Carlissa went over to the house and Superior was laying in the bed or whatever, and Carlissa was kind of talking to Superior, but I didn't watch their whole interaction. Um, she didn't do anything to her. I think Carlissa was just mad that she was speaking on her basically. I don't remember exactly what the situation is, but what it was, but I remember it was why I thought it was wild because I didn't understand why Carlissa was mad about whatever she was mad about. I didn't understand why she was mad. And then why she would feel the need to threaten a content creator about it too. Um Definitely does too much. All of them do too much. Jade need to go on Ozempic. She already was. Y'all didn't know Jaden was on those weight loss shots, the GLP-1s? Jaden had the GLP-1s jumping and was guzzling down alcohol too, so they really weren't doing too much of anything for her. Jaden just needs to stop drinking. If Jaden stopped drinking, her head wouldn't look as big, her face would go down in swelling. She'd probably lose quite a few pounds. And if she started going to the gym for real and doing maybe like 2 leg days a week or something like that, Jaden could look a whole lot better than she do. But the bottle is alcohol over everything. Like how Jaden runs around calling Chrisean a crackhead when Jaden is alcoholic, beyond me. But that's like I said, she lives in a world of illusion too, just like Chrisean does. I want a battle a lie between you and the girl Henny, and I ain't mm-mm, no ma'am. Nothing against you or nothing, but I'm not doing nothing with nobody from um Chrisean's side. Or is she still on Chrisean's side? I don't know. I know at one point she was, but Mm-mm. Carlissa did buy a nice house. She gonna rule rule the roost in that house. You know what? I just thought about it. Once whatever happens to Blueface, I feel like Jaden is gonna lose all like motivation to really get up and do anything. Cause I feel like a lot of the times now when Jaden does the shit she does, it's just to support Blueface. Cause now she's done 2 tour stops with him, and I wouldn't be surprised if, like, once Blueface is out the picture, that at some point, Jaden and the kids will move in with Carlissa. I don't think Jaden is gonna, like, get up off her ass and go do her biggest one and start working and really making money. I think Jaden is gonna have a complete mental breakdown. Which is understandable for real because that's been her baby daddy for the longest. He's been in her life for the longest. But Jaden hasn't figured out how to do anything without Blueface or the help of Blueface's family for real. Because like I said, even when he was locked up, a lot of the interviews and baddies and shit like that Jaden was doing, those were favors for Blueface. So when Blueface is gone and there's no more favors for him, and he can't pull strings for her and stuff like that, what what is she gonna do for real? Because nobody be checking for Jaden like that. Nobody's interested in that music for real besides her fan base. And I feel like Jaden's fans be hyping up her music the way Krishan's fans do. Like one time I was in a comment section about Krishan's music, right? And one of Krishan's fans, I guess she had saw the light and moved on from being Krishan's fans. But she said that she would like play Krishan's music. She would stream Krishan's music, but she would do it on mute because she knew Krishan's music was trash, but she just wanted her to get the streams. I feel like that's how Jaden's fans be doing her too. Like they just be hyping up her music, but they know it's not like that for real. So anytime she released like a video on YouTube or something like that, they'll go let the video run through a few times and keep it on loop in the background on mute, but they're not actually like vibing to it for real. Cause Jaden's music is trash too. Jaden's music is trash too, just like Rashawn's is. Um, welcome in, Betty Boop. Um, I'm still thinking about that salty ass food. Just saw a clip of her cooking today and turned it off. Yeah, I. It's good that she be putting seasoning in her food, but she be doing the most with the seasoning. Like it's like she be sprinkling the salt like it's like some Parmesan cheese on type of pasta or something like that. And then she just has so many different seasonings and everything. Even some shit like some seasonings she don't even need to be using, like they don't match with what she's cooking and she just be dumping it in. I know Jaden buy new seasoning every week. Like she got to replace her usual rotation of seasonings every fucking week cuz she just uses so much of it. And people be in the comments, "Oh my god, that looks so good. I have to learn how to make it." No. If you do learn how to make it, hold off on all the seasoning, please. Put a decent amount of seasoning, you know, a regulated amount of seasoning and go on about your day. Don't be dumping all that seasoning in like Jaden does. The la Welcome in, Karen. The lashes too. The lashes too, most of the time, Jaden's lashes be half gone, just like Krishan's lashes be half gone after a couple days. That's what I'm saying though. Like Jaden always has so much to say about Krishan, but they are so alike in a lot of ways. They just look different. They look different, and one didn't disable her children during pregnancy. That's it. But just like Krishan act like she can't live without Blueface, Jaden act like she can't live without Blueface. Uh Jaden and the lashes, Krishan be doing the same shit too. Jaden was mad earlier, went on a whole rant about Krishan for mentioning her, but Jaden be mentioning Krishan unprovoked too. Just because you say crackhead, that don't mean we don't know who you're talking about, because that's what you call her. You know? They're alike in a lot of ways. I'm not gonna say they're like the exact same person mirrored, but they're alike in a lot of ways. They really are. Ronnie music was really good and Blueface was jealous. I never really listened to Ronnie's music like that. I seen that he had like I knew that he made music, but I never got around to listening to it. Um it for Jaden's music, it does seem like more so it's not like usually people have lyrics and then they have like the chorus and the hook and stuff like that. It seems like Jaden's music is more so like it's just based off of whatever her hook is. Like that's what you hear for the most part. Like she just repeating it over and over and over again, but it doesn't have any real lyrics to it for real. Her face and feet are swollen from all that salt. Yeah, all that salt and all that alcohol is why Jaden's head and face be looking so big all the time. And she be taking GLP-1s to lose weight, but it's all the alcohol and all the salt that she being taken. Um, not easy bake oven. Take that baby to the doctor. Blue has a type, definitely does. I think Blueface likes girls that have no self-respect, no self-esteem, have either mommy issues or daddy issues or both. I think that's his type for real. And usually they're light skin. I think that's his type for real. I think that's why he don't really want to deal with Rela, whatever her name is. I think that's why he don't really deal with her like that too, because she's darker complected. And Rela is really not that dark for real, but she's darker than what his preference is. And I think that has a lot to do with why he don't want to have nothing to do with her too. And y'all remember Carlissa was making all those colorist remarks towards that girl and her unborn child too. I That's where Blueface gets that colorist shit from. She made homemade chicken soup and the liquid was so dark because it had all them damn seasoning. Yes, it had all them seasonings, and then she used that. I don't know if she bought like a rotisserie chicken from somewhere or something like that. But when she was stirring it, the chicken looked dry in the soup, which was crazy to me. I've never seen chicken look dry while it's literally boiling in liquid. I don't know what she had going on, but that shit looked nasty. Someone called her the sea. Basically, I had a picture up here the other I think it was yesterday where somebody said, it looks like a lot of the bitches in these comments were hatched and not birthed. Basically calling them all birds like Jaden. It really is given that. I don't know why anybody looks at Jaden and they think like she's this bossy uh like role model or something like that. Jaden is she really is the CEO of the birds. Just goofy as hell, a straight up clown. That's why people be saying she's the number one clown in the circus. That's what it gives for real. Like I said yesterday, me and my friends be laughing at bitches like Jaden that just swear they really doing something and really they just living a terrible ass life. Um Blueface Blueface is trying to get Nevaeh Christian. Oh, if that actually happened, like if that actually were to happen, I wonder like how the fan bases would react. Cause then they would almost have to integrate. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be because if they were to be sister wives, right? Especially like say if they all lived in the same house and they would have to get along, right? At least for the kids' sake. And so it's just not drama and chaos every single day. But at the same time, Blueface would want them to be in drama and chaos every day because that's what he thrives off of. So I don't know. But um oh yeah, he does like them broke too, so he can control them with the money. Blue like slow girls. When you hear Jaden, Nevaeh, and Krishan speak, is like what they sound so damn dumb. Yeah, none of Blue don't like no educated woman, no nothing. He likes them all dumb, broke, daddy issues, mommy issues. They can never look too good for real. Like we said, we ain't seen Blue with no real bad bitch. Jaden's fans think Jaden is the bad bitch, but not really. Um, welcome, welcome back, Chantrell. Jaden called her daughter pink face because the little girl got upset that someone called her black. What? I wouldn't be surprised because Jaden. We talked about too how Jaden don't really fuck with dark skinned girls like that either. Jaden like to be around, and which is crazy to me because Jaden's whole personality is like she tries to be a black woman and assimilate with black culture when she's not black. And a lot of people like to say, "Oh, well, Jaden's grandma is black." Jaden's grandma is like a fourth black, and I think she's mainly Japanese or something like that. If her grandma is a fourth black, how black is Jaden for her to like be trying to like force this black persona on herself for real? Because Jaden does not have any black features or anything. Jaden had to go lay on a table to try to get some black features. Jaden had to get injections to get some big juicy lips and they look crazy as hell. Jaden is not a black woman at all and we're going to stop with that one drop rule. Jaden said no, you're not black, you're pink. See? That's what I'm talking about. She Jaden want to be a black woman, but she don't want to be a black woman for real. You want to be a black woman, but you don't want your kids to recognize that they're black. What? Nevaeh will be down for it. Jaden and Rock won't be him. Yeah, I think Nevaeh would do it, but I don't think well, I definitely don't think Jaden would do it. But if Rock was desperate enough, I think she would do it because Krishan don't really be caring for real. She just likes the attention. Overseas not against the law with fines. She really do be over seasoning the fuck out that food though. She does. It might be for the Carlissa was welcoming Krishan. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They flip flop really bad, and whenever somebody you can always tell when the money is low because they start accepting Krishan back, and Krishan is willing uh to be back in alignment with them, play nice with Carlissa and everything. You can always tell when the money is low. Just like when she went around to the arcade when Blue got out. Y'all know she was sleeping in a car then. That's why she wanted to go around there. She needed a little something. Krishan needed a little something. And then of course Blueface was broke. So that means that everybody else in the family is broke too. So they were willing to link back up with Krishan to have a moment. They say Krishan is in the studio with Blueface. Let me see. Let me run on over to Instagram real quick. Are they on stream? Well, I guess they would be. That was a dumb question. Never mind. Oh, let's
No,
listen to Jaden.
for Blue would be me sitting here being like, oh my God, like we're like so in love with each other. We're gonna be together, and I'm gonna create this household, and he's gonna never cheat. He's gonna love. No, nobody said that. Just because we create a couple good couple good days with the kids, that doesn't mean I'm sitting here like waiting for Blue to come through the door. No, nigga, make an appointment. What are you talking about? Making an appointment, bro. Like, just because, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm single. I don't know what he's obviously single, so do your like. We're gonna do whatever we feel like doing when I feel like doing it. She can do it. It's still fuck him today. Like, what? It's still fuck my baby daddy. What the fuck? But like, just because we're some days we cool and some days we not. Okay, what the fuck? Get off my fucking dick. Like, nobody's and he's not selling me a dream, and I'm not selling him one. It's not like there's no confusion here. There's no dreams. There's no dreams. There's no card with a bow on it with a dream and a no. Would you be open to the call? Of course. But I don't need it though. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we can be cool. Like, it's not a problem. He could get on there today and call me a weird stupid bitch, and it is what it is.
Oh, Jaden, please. That's what I'm saying. She be so delusional. She's sitting up saying all this shit right now. But y'all seen her, do I have the video? No, I don't have it up here. But she was all laid up on Blueface's chest, smiling with her botched ass lips and everything else 24 hours ago. But here she goes talking about he's not selling me a dream. I don't want to be with him, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you do, bitch. She wanted to be a family with Blueface so bad. She wanted to just be her and Blueface and the kids again so bad. She know her BBL botch. That's why she was hiding her body in that bathing suit. Exactly. She Jaden is confident as she tries to act, right? She came out and she immediately had to cover herself up. She didn't want to be on stream with her body out. As confident as she tries to act. Jaden be knowing what time it is. She do. She just trying to put on a front on the internet, like always. I think Jaden thought her mixed kids would come out looking ambiguous. She didn't expect Carlissa's jeans to bust in the door so loudly. I don't understand Jaden. Journey looks black. I agree. I agree. I think Jaden thought she was gonna get some racially ambiguous kids too. And I definitely don't think that she thought she was gonna get kids that looked more so black. That's crazy as hell to tell your daughter that you're pink face and you're not black. No. If Jaden liked black people the way she tries to portray like she does, she would be more than happy to explain to her daughter that yes, you're black and you're beautiful. Not none of that, oh, you're not black, you're pink face. Girl, and then watch Journey grow up being another Chrisean in a sense of that colorism shit, being black, clearly being a little black girl and being colorist towards other black girls for being darker than her. I can't. Bro, shut the fuck up. We could do whatever to you and you still go and she pressed about being number one, but who don't want him? Exactly. Exactly. Just then made a whole stream off the back of bothering other women that fucked around with Blueface. Made a whole stream based off of that, but you don't want him back. You not bothered, you not nothing. Girl, and watch it. I didn't even go look at the comments, but I know her fans in the comments talking about that's right. Jaden doesn't need Blueface. She's just trying to co-parent. Delusional as hell. That BBL got her sick. Nobody else want her and she knows it. Yeah, don't nobody else want Jaden, bruh. If somebody else wanted Jaden, they could have been took Jaden away from Blueface. Let it have been any other man with a bigger bag that treated her better, anything else. They could have been all in her ear and took her up out, clean up out that situation a long time ago. Don't know, ain't nobody worried about Jaden. She tried to cover it and blew through her ass up in the air and we saw it. Let me hold on. We about to get off in a minute, but let me go see if I can find the clip real quick so y'all can see what we're talking about in case y'all missed it. Hold on. Here, let me give y'all your commercial break while I get this.
All right, come on.
Are we really getting married?
Yeah,
Okay.
with our leather jackets on. Come on.
Nigga, no, this is our wedding day.
Yeah, come on.
You make it surprise.
No, you gotta.
Okay, I gotta start again.
Come on,
Okay.
give me your hand.
Do you take this man to be your
Why are you
lawful?
not looking at me in my eyes?
Let me know when you guys are ready. I'll wait.
Let us know when you're ready.
See, from a designer, I've become a pastor. Okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
So, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Do you take this man to be your lawfully
Why the fuck are you
wedded
crying?
husband?
Why is it just funny?
Okay.
Alright. But,
Say that again.
say it again.
Okay. Do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Yes.
You make his the bride.
Babe.
Why are you crying? Here. All right, come on.
Are we really getting married?
Yeah,
Okay.
with our leather jackets on. Come on.
Nigga, no, this is our wedding day.
Yeah, come on.
You make his the bride.
No, you gotta.
Okay, I gotta start again.
Come on,
Okay.
give me your hand.
Do you take this man to be your
Why are you
lawful?
not looking at me in my eyes?
Let me know.
All right, here we go.
Bring me some of that Henny.
The what?
Some of that hen dog.
The head dog.
Jaden, he got your whole booty tattoo on here. Oh my God. Oh yeah, you strong if you
Let me play it again.
bring me some of that Henny.
The what?
Some of that hen dog.
The head dog.
Jaden, he got your whole booty tattoo on here. Oh my God. Oh yeah, you strong if you
You see how let me see if I can get a freeze frame. Hold on. Y'all see it. Look. Y'all see how the legs are all skinny and then the booty looks crazy? That's why they that's why they were saying she looked like a frog in the chat and Blueface was getting mad about it. A little frog booty ass girl. That's why she was self-conscious and she didn't want to show nothing for real. Jay didn't know what time it is. The way she get up here and talk about everybody else and have the nerve to call Hazel Lee, Shamar and all that shit. Jaden knows exactly what time it is. I don't know why she do all that fronting like she don't know what's going on with her own body. I wish I could blow this shit up for real. Like, let's watch it again.
The what?
some of that hen dog.
The head dog.
Jaden, he got your whole booty tattoo on here. Oh my God. Oh yeah, you strong if you
Mm-mm. Not ant bumps. The frog is trying to be nice. It do look like a we gonna start calling Jaden Kermit. Jaden is Kermit and Sam is Pumpkin 2 times. Like, girl. Mm-mm. Let me get up off a chat before y'all keep us in here all night again. Um, all right, y'all. Thanks for coming out. I'll probably see y'all. I might do a live on Friday. I'll see what I have going on Friday, but I'll let y'all know. Thanks everybody for coming out. Have a good night. Bye.